Why France won't leave Niger. With many uprising coups in Africa, the West is in a hot seat as the new African leaders are determined to make their countries great. This is the true reason why France won't leave Niger. The short answer is simple: uranium. However, this is just one of the reasons why France won't leave Niger. In this video, we will explain the interests France has in Niger and why they won't leave. France gets about 20% of its uranium from Niger. Also, Niger is the 7th largest producer of uranium in the world. In this video, we will explain in detail why France won't leave Niger. France uses the uranium it gets from Niger to power its 56 nuclear reactors in its power plants. The company responsible for mining uranium in Niger is Orano, a French-owned company. You might think, being the 7th producer of uranium in the world, Nigerians would be living beautiful lives. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Nigerians are actually subject to a lot of suffering. A greater portion of the country does not have access to clean drinkable water and healthcare. The workers in the uranium mines are underpaid and are subject to harsh working conditions. Since the coup and junta became the new leader of Niger, he has increased the price of Niger's uranium from 80 cents to $200 kilogram. That is actually the price at which Canada sells uranium to France. It's all coming together. There is a huge difference between how much France paid per kilogram for uranium from Niger and from Canada. It is estimated that Urano rips off Niger about $54 billion yearly. The company began mining uranium in Niger in 1971. In May, Urano signed a new contract with the Nigerian government to extend uranium mining in the country until 2040. France and other European countries were also dependent on Russia for the supply of gas. But, due to the ongoing events, the supply of gas was cut off. So, France and other EU countries needed to resort to other sources of energy like uranium and the supply of gas from other countries. That explains why France is reluctant to leave Niger. Not only do they get the uranium they need, but they get it at a price far below the market value. Niger's new leader junta is not backing down anytime soon. Also, Nigerians are in full support of their new leadership and vision for their country. This is just one of the reasons why France won't leave Niger. Before we dive into the other reasons, take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel so we can keep producing more videos like this. Don't forget to leave a comment and share the video. Here is a brief recount. There have been reports of ECOWAS threatening military intervention in Niger since junta took over leadership of the country. Have you heard of the Trans-Saharan Pipeline? The pipeline will send about 30 billion cubic meters to Europe each year. This is a huge opportunity for the EU to diversify its gas supplies. Before we share more details about the project, up until now, you must have clearly noticed that the EU is heavily dependent on Africa's natural resources. If Africa is so rich, why then does it suffer? In truth, Africa was never completely decolonized, as European countries still found ways to control what happens and what doesn't in these countries. Africa is a poor continent and mostly relies on Western countries for support, which is why they end up being used as pawns in bigger schemes propagated by these European countries. The grip of European countries on African countries is slowly loosening and will continue in that light, as countries in such situations will eventually realize the mess they got themselves into and retaliate. Quick question: are you in support of junta or against him? Tell us in the comments. Back to the Trans-Saharan Pipeline. The idea was first proposed in the 1970s. On the 14th of January 2002, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, and Algerian National Oil and Gas Company Sonatrach signed the Memorandum of Understanding for preparations of the project. In 2005, a contract for the feasibility study of the project was signed between NNPC and Sonatrach with Penspen Limited. In 2006, the feasibility study was completed and the pipeline was found to be economically and technically feasible and reliable. How does Niger play a role in all this? The pipeline is supposed to start in the Wari region and run through Niger to Hassi Armel in Algeria. The length of the pipeline would be 4,128 kilometers, with 1,037 kilometers in Nigeria, 841 kilometers in Niger, and 2,310 kilometers in Algeria. With junta as the leader, the success of this project is on a thread. So, junta is not only standing in the way of the EU getting cheap uranium, but he poses a threat to their diversification of supply in gas. That will be all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. We would like you to share your thoughts and opinions on today's video in the comments so that others can understand the concept even better. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time.